Yes, welcome to the Bridge Football Show. Another outing. Today I have Tizzle, we have Scum. How are you guys doing? You know, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. Great actually. You know what I mean? You guys know why I'm doing great, right?
Yeah, man. I hear it today, man. I hear it today.
Okay.
3 points in the back. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I know you guys see the new signing. Like a new signing, the French player of the year in the back line makes a difference. Team looking beautiful.
I thought he was from Ukraine.
Well, he could be one of the signings too.
Oh, you said French player of the year?
Yeah, that's Saliba.
From
Guys speaking about
Saliba. Yeah,
okay.
right. He got player of the match, man of the match.
Oh, I thought it would have been Zinchenko.
I've been singing on his name all year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got loaned out. 2 years straight. 2 years straight he got French Young Player of the Year. So back the back line look situated a little bit.
But he got it while away on loan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Experience though. You know what I mean? So the team looking good and everything. Saka there, running. We have of course the God himself, Jesus. No scored today but look dangerous. You know what I mean? Team will look good. Top of the league. You know what I mean?
You were top of the league.
Hold on.
You were top of the league.
Arsenal top the league at the starting every year. So I don't know nothing new.
Something different this year. You see that
Yeah,
yourself?
true, because after the first game you normally lose, so you're still top of the league having played the first game, so it's something different.
Remember, Man U finished what want to finish last year?
I thought we were talking about today's game.
Okay. Alright. So what you took away from the game?
Is it? It was a horrible miss, one-on-one, and it was disappointing to say the least, but let's not take away anything. I think Arsenal really controlled the game, so it was a good 3 points away from home. But yeah, I think that missed by Eze.
Normally that's a match with a draw, right?
To be honest, I expected a draw out of that game, but it was professionally played by Arsenal, so we give them that.
You think Arteta learn on the job?
No. I think when the pressure starts, Arteta will crumble.
What about you, Scum?
I don't agree with that statement. I think Arteta, he's doing a good job from he got in to where he's at now, and to sign Jesus and Zinchenko, I think it's an improvement. And also the fact that he would have been an authority to let go of Aubameyang. I think it bodes well for him since he has taken over. Remember, last year probably never went as planned, but from the get-go, he has already won trophies. And if you look at his performance overall, I think you will have to say that he's improving on a
Yeah, I remember, him take over Arsenal in
large scale.
in a space where we were so what I call it, in depth, and him slowly climb we out. So he had to do a lot of clearing out before we could have started build. You get what I say? A lot of Deadwood players he had to take out.
I agree.
Man, he was going through something similar now, Right? There's a lot of Deadwood players that need to leave the team, right? Alright. But going into that though, because Scum, you say Arsenal look better. What's your top four, your prediction so far? Season start?
Well, there's only one game played, and it's Arsenal playing away to
What's your
Crystal Palace.
predictions?
But in terms of my overall predictions for the league, I would have to say for now it would seem like Manchester City to win it. I think Liverpool, unfortunately, will be up there again, and I do think Tottenham will be creeping in there. I'm having a difficulty analyzing Chelsea because I think they have a lot of defenders, but I don't really see where the goals are coming from, so that gives a bit of an issue right there. But so that would be Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and I think Arsenal, so that would pretty much round out the top four.
No, Manchester United.
Manchester United, I don't know where Manchester United is as it relates to competing right now, because I think the team pre-season was pretty much going around Marshall as it relates to being at the helm. But with Marshall going out almost immediately with a hamstring injury now, I think it's a guess as to who's going to lead the line. And once you have that so early with the Ronaldo situation wanting away, I'm not sure if I can really say much for a top 6 for Manchester
Total
United.
Ronaldo score for you? Ronaldo start for you?
As a matter of fact, I would mind me get up tomorrow and hear him leave.
The GOAT?
Well, they can
The top scorer on your team you want to leave?
Let him loose. Like, to be
Why?
honest, as a matter of fact, I didn't even wanted him to be signed in the first place.
I feel like you carry bias though, but he was a top scorer in your team. It's easy for us to let go the top scorer in your team. So who you replace him with?
Alright.
You come with a problem, come with a solution.
Balance is important, and scoring goal was never Manchester United problem, because prior to last year, the previous 2 seasons, Man U were the top scorer in terms of the amount of goals scored, and we were second. Right, so scoring goals was never Manchester United problem. Fast forward to this year, we still not have addressed the issues Man U have 3 years ago.
What issue?
The midfield. You understand?
So
So whether there's a Ronaldo, there's no Ronaldo. That was never the problem.
So De Jong fix that. De Jong fix that for you?
De Jong is a great player. If Man U get De Jong, that's sort of like probably 70% of the issues. It's not gonna solve everything, but
So-
it solves 70%.
Right now, Man U not in your top 4 neither.
No, I'm not gonna put them in the top.
What's
4.
your top 4 real quick?
Probably
City, Liverpool.
Probably City repeat. Liverpool.
So City to win the league.
Chelsea in a pickle. You understand? Given the internal struggles that them have, because the chief person with them have normally have to do the negotiation and the recruitment, them fire. You understand? So I have Chelsea to drop out at the top 4, to be honest with you.
Who goes
You
in?
understand? And I think probably Tottenham, or probably Arsenal will probably.
So why you say it so dismissive? Say it to your chest, man. Right? Alright, so we have top 4.
Yeah, so that's my thing. So it either will be City, Liverpool, Arsenal, not Chelsea, but next to Tottenham.
Who get relegated for your school?
I don't have a problem with Lampard. I'm not against Lampard as a legend. However, I think the job that he has taken up at Everton is one that is going to plunge him a little bit further in his.
That's the job
It's
bigger
like-
than him?
I think it's too much to ask in his current state. I mean, unless they're going to bombard the balance of the transfer window with a lot of signings. I mean, the fact that Richarlison is already out, and we all know that Dominic Calvert-Lewin normally picks up injuries, and I think it would still be too much to ask him to lead the line in every single game. So I think there's a big deficit there, and obviously defensive is not Everton's strong point, and I don't think it is Lampard's strong point either. So I think on a given, there's a real possibility of relegation there. As it relates to other clubs, I think
Need 2 more.
I think unfortunately, I don't really see Nottingham Forest going a lot.
They got 12 new players.
I don't. Getting the new players is one thing. Getting them to gel and play together is the next. Like I said, this is really just speculation. It's the start of the season. They haven't played as in, you know, the Premier League is different from the Championship, as you would know. I don't really see Fulham being a team either to really stay up, because they tend to be more attacking, and within the Premier League, you also need to focus
I have a
so much
question
on
for you.
defense.
So, which strategy? Let's say you're a team that come up from the Championship, Zane. Which strategy you rather imply? Buying a whole bunch of new players like Fulham, like Nottingham Forest, or like Norwich normally keep the same team and them team will come up with a them we're gonna use? Which?
Alright, so it hasn't worked for Norwich. I think either way, alright, so there's no quote unquote a magic formula, so to speak. I think it has to balance, or you have to find a way to like get it to gel together. So you need experienced players, right? So you want to get, you know, Lingardino would be a good asset, but you'll also have to have the core players that were playing for in the Championship. But you have to improve their mentality as it relates to, like, you know, going into the Premier League. So you need a few players with that experience to come in, but you're still going to need the players that were there to know that, hey, we believe in you, and to help motivate, because you're gonna need the entire team
Mm-hmm.
to feel they are part of it. So you bring in 12 new players, for example. You're telling everybody that's there that hey, you're not good enough. So you're creating problems within that dressing room already.
Mm-hmm.
And the flip side is if you only keep those players that you had from the championship, you're telling them, hey, you can do this. You don't need anybody else.
So
you understand
find a
what I'm
middle
saying?
ground.
Ah,
Find a middle
have
ground.
to find that balance.
Ronaldo, golden boot winner.
Ronaldo will not be playing in the Premier League next season.
He's started, bro.
Alright, we'll see.
Who's your golden boot winner then?
My golden boot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably. I'll probably go with Kane.
Jesus.
No, probably go with Kane.
Um,
Given how Conte have Tottenham playing last season, I think
Isn't
Kane is going to be a good shot.
Isn't Kane playing more a 10 role, drop back, and Son has scored a goal as he
Yeah,
won?
but
And then
I
sign
think-
another striker.
I think Kane I will go forward more. 'Cause if you look at how Conte shaped his side,
Mhm.
you realize the two playmakers were put behind Kane and really feed him that season here.
You agree with that?
No.
Who's your
I
golden
think-
boot winner?
So I can accept and admit that I see in pre-season that Kane is scoring more goals and there has been some adjustment. But I think Conte, the manager, I think he prefers Kane playing in that number 10 role. And I think for Son, it was a disappointing. He won the golden boot, but he had to share it with Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the better part towards the latter end or the tail end of the season, Salah wasn't scoring.
Quick
But it was
question.
just on the
Quick
latter.
question. When you touch someone, you feel like if there's a tie in the golden boot, right? You think it should be let's say like a tiebreaker, like the person with the less penalties taken or scored win it. Can you feel like it's fair?
No,
A person
still,
with penalty and a person without penalty.
Yeah, I think it's still fair because for you to be the penalty taker, you don't make that decision yourself. So it would be the coach or your team that selects you. So I think currently, yes, once you're on the same amount of goals, irrespective if penalties are included, I think it still should stand. However, I think in this particular case or last season ending, I think Son have a right to feel disappointed because, I mean, this is the first time he has actually been allowed to really operate as that goal scorer, that talisman for Tottenham. And of course it was because obviously Conte would have pushed back Kane and allowed Son to do the running up front, scoring the goals. And I think this season, given the mentality or the chemistry between the two, more than likely Son is going to, from the get-go, I'm thinking that he's going to give it a run. And I think it's probably going to be Salah as a competition again, but I do believe that Son is going to be going after it as hard as possible.
Okay. So far, best signing.
Best signing.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like for elevator team, would have to say Maragi to probably Arsenal, Jesus.
You got to give it to Jesus. Agree?
Yeah. So far, because
So
we haven't
far,
seen
so
anything
far.
from
So far,
Salah
we have to deal with
and
what so
everybody
far.
else.
Transfer windows
It's
in
just
close
in
as
terms
yet.
of what we're seeing now.
Player of the year.
Martinelli. I really don't know. I mean, it's really early days.
It has to be like a KDB, a Salah,
Not
one of them,
necessarily.
man, you know?
It's difficult because
Majority, see what a lot of persons don't understand. The latter part of last season, Salah wasn't playing well enough.
But him have the contract situation
No,
and all
it had
that
nothing
thing
to
there.
do with that. He just wasn't playing well.
I think it had more
But
to do
it's-
with African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Probably.
But it's gonna be, we can say, one of 5 players, right?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say we can get a surprise. It's football.
I can't say that. And the reason though, and probably this is not fair either, but when you look at a KDB, he has been performing exceptionally season over season.
Well, I think
So
Bernardo Silva had a better season than him.
if you're going to look at KDB and say that he is the most, so it's almost a given that this is him naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see another player steps up and improves so well, then you get what I'm saying? It's going to stand out more than a KDB.
Right.
Like for example, Salah literally scored a bag of goals every season.
Mm-hmm.
But most persons talking about Heung-min Son because it's just not the norm. So for me, I think it's difficult because some players, because they have produced it's become their standard to play exceptionally well.
Give me
I
a
think
name.
it's going to be difficult.
Give me a name. If you had to pick a name, like, give me a name.
I can't. That's what I'm saying. For me,
Very
I'm not going to say
difficult, very
KDB. I'm not go, me have to really say
Bias?
a lot more. Yeah, I think
Maybe some bias, man. You want to say KDB, but
no, it's not.
the Manchester United in that.
No, man, I have a problem with Manchester City. They don't have a lot of fans. People will tell you that. So I don't really see the ones. But the issue is really that I think what you're going to be looking at are more the players that you don't normally see perform and be somewhat impressed by what you're seeing going forward.
Give me some prediction. Liverpool versus Fulham. Where you score prediction?
If Liverpool fully fit up and running,
Mm-hmm.
easy 3-0 for Liverpool.
What do you think, Scoop?
Alright, so away games are normally somewhat tricky, but Fulham don't normally give you a lot defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Liverpool will win, even though I'm still trying to count Fulham in to try and frustrate them if it's even for a 1-1 draw.
Bournemouth, Aston Villa.
Bournemouth, when they had Eddie Howe, was always a team that, was
Tricky.
exciting. But I think this Aston Villa team, with Leon Bailey in the form that he's in, I think they can push.
What's the score?
Bournemouth
Give me a
away
score.
easily. I think it's a win for Aston Villa 3-1.
Okay. What you got for me?
Aston Villa, Bournemouth. I probably go with a 2-1 victory if both teams bring their game.
Who? Villa?
Villa, yeah, Aston Villa, 2-1 victory.
Leeds versus Wolves.
I think that game will probably end 1-1.
Quick and fast.
I think Wolves being the more rounded team. I think Wolves will win that one
Wolves?
1-0.
And then we have Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest.
For Nottingham Forest, I think the biggest disappointment for them was not to retain James Garner on loan from Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think he will be missed for them, and I think that is going to be where they have the most downfall. Right? Because if you watch them like in the cup competitions last year, you could see that he really give them something different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Gotta go Newcastle. Give me a score.
Newcastle have probably go with a draw, honestly, because them new, so they will probably be a little bit reserved, or they probably go get it. Newcastle will say, oh, we have the experience, so probably go with a Newcastle win. If not, they'll go draw.
Yeah, still up on the fence, brother. Give me a score.
It's a 1-0 game, brother. Either way.
Alright. What about you, Sue?
I think Newcastle has a statement to make. Newcastle is seen now as one of the richest, if not the richest club in the Premier League,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a number of players that they are trying to attract that has not buy into their philosophy. I guess mainly because I don't see any other big names going there. I think this is an opportunity Eddie Howe is not going to miss. I think this is more like a 4-0 statement from Newcastle
4-0. Wow.
against a just come up Nottingham Forest team. So I think it's a statement. I think it's a statement piece for Newcastle.
Tottenham, Southampton.
I'm going to go with Tottenham.
Feel like you're feeling Tottenham.
No, if like Conte is a very great domestic manager, his European record is poor.
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse than Ole. But domestic is flawless.
So give me a score.
This game I'll probably go with a 4-0 for Tottenham.
Agree?
No, Southampton is not a walkover team. Southampton is a team. If you look at how the manager of Southampton playing, especially when they get a break. So once Southampton, for example, international breaks or so, they normally come on the top teams. They give them a run.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Tottenham is a very strong team, and under Conte even stronger now. And yes, Tottenham, you don't expect them with Conte, a defensive-minded coach, to really lose at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think Southampton can hold out for a draw. So I think more than that it's going to be 0-0 or a 1-1 draw, but I don't think they will be booted out of the park.
Everton versus Chelsea.
Wow, where the goals are coming from for Chelsea. So
Maybe a defender corner.
In the game overall. Like,
the issue now is going to be for
0-0 draw.
yeah, it might be a draw, but because Everton defensively is also lacking, I think it might still go well for a Chelsea win 1-0. I might just find an odd goal, a 1-0 for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Tuchel experience will help him over the line with this one. The only reason, because of Tuchel experience.
And Sunday, Brentford versus Leicester.
Brentford, Leicester, that's a good one. Leicester haven't been playing well last season, and I don't think they have done much to change that. So I'd probably go with a 1-1 draw.
Alright, so Leicester towards the tail end of last season, they were playing well because they had back their Vardy. And of course he was out for a while, so I'm expecting that they're going to be kicking off with a good start. However, Brentford is a team that is strong. You know, the only miss that they will be missing is really that Ericsson. You know, because of course Manchester United saw how he played him. But I do believe that they have the fight within them. So I think Leicester will win. Actually, I have Vardy as my captain in Fantasy Premier League. But of course, that's somewhat of a wild
I don't run risk.
But I think Leicester will win 2-0. 2-0, yeah.
Man U versus Brighton. Brighton 2-1.
Only 2. Remember, say Brighton did beat Manchester United
No,
heavily
on 2-1.
last occasion.
So yeah, Brighton for win 2-1.
Yes.
Alright, so for me, like, and not because I'm a Man U fan, but if both teams should come with like their A game, given how the teams are playing now, I still think Man U should get this one over the line. Barely though.
So a 2-1.
Probably 2-1 to Man U, 1-0 to Man U.
Okay.
Well, the match Brighton v Manchester United, Manchester United playing at home to Brighton, I can't help but too far away from that Crystal Palace pre-season game. Reason being, Arsenal could have managed to beat Crystal Palace 2-0, while Manchester United struggled and ended up with a draw. I think Brighton is a unpredictable bag, and they show that they are not afraid of big teams. And I think Manchester United is yet to clear the air or to find out. Ten Hag hasn't found out where exactly his best 11 is from. Or
Yeah,
who.
but I'm going to cut you a bit. You know, the same Crystal Palace game, when they Crystal Palace score back, when they make the multiple changes.
Irrespective of that,
understand?
it shouldn't be that Manchester United is
first,
struggling to.
No, Man U was never struggling in the first half of the game.
Did Manchester
I
United
watched
win?
the game.
Did Manchester United win?
You understand? No, the game
Oh.
draw, but that's
Alright.
why. But this is a
Alright,
good
so
season.
what I'm getting at is, for me, I think this particular game, yes, Manchester United probably win, but it's going to be a 1-0 for Manchester United.
Quick and fast. West Ham versus City.
That's as I said, like if it's a fully fit City team going at West Ham, we probably go to City, but West Ham is at home,
Yeah.
so I think West Ham probably upset them.
Quick and fast.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw. I think West Ham is definitely not an easy team to go over.
A
And
draw?
Haaland is still not.
Okay.
Has still not picked up as yet, so I think it's going to be a 0-0.
And
Nil-nil.
before we wrap it up, and previous show, and we're gonna be doing this every week, coming to you consistently. So make sure you stay tuned. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? Shopbridgeboys.com. Just give me 10 seconds of the thing you're looking forward the most this season.
I'm looking forward. We definitely need to see a change in Manchester United midfield. That's the only thing more for the season.
Manchester United winning the Premier League.
Alright, with that, cut out that. Good night, folks. We'll come to you with another episode of the Bridge Football Show. We'll see you again soon.